Well, what about solving logarithmic inequalities when we've got logs on both sides of the inequality statement? Let's take a look at this example. So here we got log base 5 of 2x plus 1 is less than log base 5 of x plus 4. Well, considering that both sides have log 5, I can just cancel those out. And then we can just deal with 2x plus 1 is less than x plus 4. So let's subtract x from both sides, and let's subtract 1 from both sides. And once we do, we've got x is less than 3. Well, that's a good starting point. X be less than 3. But I've got to worry about what happens with on each side if x is equal to or less than or equal to 0. So I've got a constraint in my solution set that I've got to deal with. So first, I think what we'll do is we'll take 2x plus 1, and we're going to set it as less than or equal to 0. Solve for x. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. So now we've got 2x is less than or equal to negative 1, and then we divide by 2. So x is less than or equal to negative 1, which really means that x got to be greater than, and really greater than, not greater than or equal to. It's got to be greater than negative 1/2. Because if it equals negative 1/2, what's that? Negative 1/2 times 2 is going to be negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. I can't take the log of 0. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second part of that statement, x plus 4. And so we got 0. I said 0 is less than or equal to, or x plus 4. Subtract 4 from both sides. So x has got to be greater than 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4. Well, if I think about it, if x has got to be greater than negative 1/2, it's certainly going to be greater than negative 4. So my real constraint is right here, that x has got to be greater than negative 1/2, and it's going to be it's got to be less than or equal to 3. Because 3, let's see, 3 would, both of them would give me log base 5 of 7. So my final solution, we write this in set builder notation, x such that negative 1/2 is less than x, or x is greater than negative 1/2, and x is then less than or equal to 3. And that would be our final solution. How about that?